The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
The 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain to which Jesus had ordered them. When they all saw him, they worshipped, but they doubted. Then Jesus approached and said to them, "All power in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always until the end of the age." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Prior to the 1970 revision of the Roman Missal, Pentecost was celebrated as an octave. Okay, so we're familiar with octaves a little bit. You think of Christmas. We don't just celebrate Christmas Day. We celebrate Christmas for 8 days. Like all that week until the 1st of January, it's Christmas. Okay, it's too big to cram into one day, so we celebrate it as an octave. Same with Easter. Easter Sunday, it's a whole week. You know, we celebrate Easter Sunday for a week, and the great culmination is the second Sunday of Easter, which is Divine Mercy Sunday. Okay, so in an octave, the 8th day is kind of the grand finale. It's the great climax of that day. All right, so we see that in those two seasons. So Pentecost was celebrated as an octave. And so if you follow that train of thought, Pentecost was last Sunday. This whole week would have been kind of celebration of Pentecost. And then today, the Feast of the Most Holy Trinity would be the grand finale of the octave. Okay, so that we don't celebrate it as an octave anymore, but we still do celebrate the Most Holy Trinity the second Sunday, the first Sunday after Pentecost, right? So it still has that climax theme to it. All right, so it's what we're celebrating today. And I think it's helpful for us to kind of understand that because Pentecost isn't just its own deal. It's not like the Holy Spirit like shoots off and we're just kind of off on that direction. No, the purpose in the train of thought I'm leading you in, Jesus came, he reconciled us through his passion, death, and resurrection. He ascends to heaven. He sends the Holy Spirit into our hearts so that we can be brought into relationship with the Holy Trinity. All right? So it's not just this offshoot that goes off. No, it leads in a direction to draw us into relationship with the Most Holy Trinity, which we celebrate today. Okay, so we're not celebrating today as just like a neat theological idea that God is one God, three persons, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. That's just not a theological concept out there. No, it's a relationship that we're drawn into. That's what we celebrate today. Okay, how does this go down? Through our baptism. Jesus says, "Go therefore, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always until the end of the age." Okay, so it's through our baptism that we're drawn into this relationship. Okay, and I would go a little bit further and to say that it's not just the relationship with God, but the relationship with the Father. Okay, Jesus came to lead us to the Father, our Father. The Holy Spirit comes, as St. Paul says, into our hearts. We receive that spirit of adoption through whom we cry out, "Abba, Father." All right, so the Spirit, we're drawn into that to lead us to the Father. Okay, so today's like the Father's feast. We celebrated Easter, Jesus' feast, Pentecost, the Holy Spirit's feast, the Holy Trinity, the Father's feast. All right, and I bring that up because, like, theologically speaking, the Father has a real heightened significance in the Trinity. All right, so they're all God, they're all equal, they're all co-eternal, all that stuff. But the Father's role is unique. Okay, he's the generator of the whole thing. Okay, so the Father's like the lover, the Son is the beloved, And the Holy Spirit's like the love between them. In a sense, we're using analogies, right? But the Father gets this whole thing kicked off. How that works, I don't know. But like everything like leads back to him, right? When we're drawn into this relationship, we're drawn into a relationship with the Father. That does not negate the role of the Son and the Holy Spirit, but it's the Father that like we're ordered towards. So today's the Father's feast. All right, so beautiful, awesome. I know like objectively through my baptism, I'm in this relationship. How do I experience it? How do I experience a deeper relationship with the Father? Many ways, okay? But I would just throw one thing into your court. Call the Father Dad. Try it. Just when you're talking about the Father, just call him Dad. Right? That's what the Spirit does, right? That's what St. Paul says. God sent the Spirit into our hearts so that we cry out, Abba, Father. Daddy, Father. That's what Abba means, right? Jesus did it. So I'm just saying, hey, try it on. Call God the Father Dad. And the thing when you do that, like, it's not, you don't just call random people Dad, even if they are a father. When you say that kind of more intimate, affectionate terminology, it's relational. Like it's drawn us into that. You don't just call anybody Dad. You only call your Father Dad. Okay, so when I got God, who is my Father, objectively through my baptism, Dad, I'm like owning it. A little bit of relationship going on there. Try it. You don't have to, but you can. And it's a very effective means of like helping me grow deeper into less this distant father figure and more my dad. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day that we celebrate today. It's the Trinity. It's the mystery of the Trinity. But it's in connection with the entire Easter celebration. Jesus coming, passion, death, resurrection, ascension in heaven, sends his Holy Spirit on us in Pentecost last Sunday. Now today is the great culmination, the Father's feast day, the most holy Trinity. Okay, we live out of this because we've been baptized. But now, hey, how can I go deeper? Just one little way of growing deeper into that relationship with the Father is to call him Dad.